This is Change Your Mindset Podcast, the podcast that helps change your life by helping change the mindset of the 99% into the 1% mindset. Here's your host, Adrian Gomez.
Welcome to another podcast episode of Change Your Mindset. As always, I'm your host, Adrian Gomez. So we'll be talking about retail stores that are closing down. I'm going to read you two articles, and each of them have a list of retail stores that are closing down. A couple of them are on the same list, so bear with me. Before we get into the articles, what causes a retail store to close down? There are multiple reasons why. So let's dive into a couple of them. So one is people do not have money to spend. Obviously, if you're not making a lot of money, you're not going to be out spending money. You're going to save your money, spending it on rent, food, gas, and bills. You're not going to be going to retail stores to go purchase clothing, video games, accessories, whatever it is, buying a car. You're not going to be spending money on stuff like that because that is not an essential for you. Clearly, someone would buy food over a t-shirt. I would hope so. Another reason that relates to the first one is the economy is not doing good. If the economy is not doing good, if people are laid off and do not have jobs, they are also not going to be spending money. So that means retail stores are going to suffer because the only way retail stores stay alive is when they sell items, which keeps them in business, keeps them paying the employees, keeps them paying the lease that the property is on, paying electricity, all the other stuff, etc. So if the economy is down and people are not buying, retail stores suffer. So what do? They start laying off people, or they close down their business or close down a certain amount of stores. Another reason they go out of business is because of bigger retail stores. For example, Amazon. Amazon is one of the biggest e-commerce platforms on the planet. A lot of stores are going out of business because of Amazon. Amazon does free shipping. You get your item within a couple of days. The prices are usually cheaper compared to these other retail stores. And the thing that people love the most, you can order something from your home. You don't have to get up. You don't have to drive. You don't have to go anywhere. You can be laying in bed, go on your phone, order something, and then a couple of days later, it's at your porch. Like I said before, people are getting lazier and lazier, and there's always going to be money in convenience. So the lazier the people get, the more money you'll get in convenience. And the last reason, which is happening a lot at this moment, is crime. In certain states, like California, crime is skyrocketing. Theft is skyrocketing. I'm sure you've seen videos of people going into these retail stores, either breaking down glass cases to get watches, jewelry, or you're going to other retail stores where they just grab a whole bunch of purses, clothes, shoes, whatever it is. Swarms of people conducting these flash mobs. And in one day, these flash mobs are causing retail stores 6 figures in losses. For example, on August 8th, 30 suspects flooded into the Americana in Glendale at the YSL store and caused the store a loss of $400,000 in merchandise. On August 12th, in the Nordstrom in Canoga Park, another flash mob occurred, causing Nordstrom $300,000 worth of merchandise. On August 16th, in Costa Mesa, Gucci store, another flash mob occurred, causing the store $100,000 in merchandise loss. And these are just examples of big retail stores. There are obviously smaller retail stores that are having the same problem. I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos of people literally just walking in, getting merchandise, putting in their bags, purses, and backpacks, literally just walking out like nothing. And this is happening nonstop, which is very crazy and unfortunate because apparently nowadays in some states, law and order does not exist. But as of now, that's the society we live in. So those are some examples of why retail stores would go out of business. So I'm going to read you 2 articles stating the stores are going out of business. So the first one is from Business Insider, and this was published on July 20th, 2023. And it goes, nearly 2,400 stores are closing across the United States in 2023. And here's the list. Bed, Bath & Beyond, 896 stores. Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy and closed its store for good on June 30th. The brand will live on in digital form after its intellectual property assets were purchased by Overstock.com for $21.5 million. The wind down affected the 360 flagship stores and 120 Bye Bye Baby locations. The company previously planned to keep open plus 416 U.S. Bed Bath & Beyond, Harmon, and Bye Bye Baby stores that were already set to close, bring the total count to 896 locations closing this year. Next store, Foot Locker, 545 stores. Foot Locker said in March that it would close as many as 420 stores by 2026 in shopping malls as part of a plan to reset the company, as well as 125 Champ Sports locations. It also said it aims to open more than 300 new concept stores in the same period, including locations outside of malls. Next door is Tuesday Morning, 487 stores. The Dallas-based home goods company said on April 29th that it is shutting down all of its stores. The news came after the company said in February that it planned to close more than half its stores amid bankruptcy proceedings. Next door, Walgreens, 150 stores in the United States. Walgreens plans to close 150 stores in the U.S. and 300 in the United Kingdom. The company disclosed in its third quarter earnings call. The chain operates roughly 9,000 U.S. stores and did not specify which locations would close. Next door, Christmas Tree Shops, 82 stores. The Massachusetts-based seasonal specialty retailer filed for bankruptcy in May and is going out of business, citing slowing demand, inflation, and rising interest rates. The chain has already closed 10 stores and is winding down the remaining 72 locations across 20 states. Next door, Bath and Body Works, 50 stores. Although the factory is in fact expanding its retail footprint this year with 90 new standalone stores and 25 remodels, it told investors the move will involve the closure of about 50 of its malls-based stores. Bath and Body Works' net gain comes as a loss for U.S. malls that are seeing an exodus of legacy tenants. Next door is Gap and Banana Republic, 46 stores. 4 Banana Republic stores have already closed this year, 2 years after parent company Gap said it would close approximately 350 Gap and Banana Republic stores by the end of 2023. The company reported in fourth quarter earnings that it had 912 locations at the end of 2022. It would end 2023 with approximately 866. Next door, Party City, 31 stores. After announcing 22 store closures in February, the retailer added another 9 to the closure list in April. Next door, Walmart, 23 locations. The big box retailer is shuttering 22 stores across multiple states, citing poor performance as well as both of its remaining pickup-only concepts. The closures follow a trend of Walmart closing a handful of stores across various states each year. Next door, Best Buy, 20 stores. The electronics giant said it plans to close 20 to 30 of its large format stores as it opens 8 smaller concepts and 10 outlet locations, without specifying where these openings or closures would occur. The company typically closes 15 to 20 large stores per year as leases are reviewed. And that's it for the first article. And that was by Business Insider. So next article is by thecrazycouponlady.com. The article is published on August 21st, 2023. And they give a list of 19 retail stores that are closing down stores. So the first one is Tuesday Morning has closed all 487 stores. Tuesday Morning filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy earlier this year and closed 265 stores, hoping to emerge more financially stable. But that didn't pan out. Now the remaining 222 stores are shutting down and holding Tuesday Morning liquidation sales, with a target of closing by early summer. Number 2 is Foot Locker. It's closing up to 420 stores. Foot Locker plans to close up to 420 of their 1,300 North American mall-based stores by 2026, represents a close of approximately 32.3%. Instead, they're looking to open around 300 smaller, freestanding stores geared towards kids, sneakerheads, and higher-priced items. Number 3, Burger King. Burger King is closing up to 400 locations. Burger King is planning to close 300 to 400 restaurants in the United States by the end of 2023, which is 5 to 7% of the total locations in the country. Add to that the 124 closures that have already happened this year, and the total number of Burger King locations in the US would drop below 7,000. The CEO maintains that it's pretty typical for the company to close a couple hundred Burger King locations each year. Number 4. Bed Bath & Beyond is closing all 360 of their stores. After struggling for years, Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy and is winding down operations. They're closing all of the 360 or stores left and liquidating as Overstock.com prepares to change their name to, wait for it, Bed Bath & Beyond. Although we've been told every Bed Bath & Beyond location will close by June 30th, 2023, it appears that some will stay open a little longer. Number 5. Walgreens. It's closing 150 stores. After they missed some profit goals this year, Walgreens announced plans to shut down 150 stores by August 2024. That's nearly 1.7% of their nearly 9,000 US stores. They haven't yet announced which store will be closing, but regardless, don't expect liquidation sales. The drugstore chain will likely move products around to the 98.3% of stores left. Number 6. Champs Sports is closing 125 stores. As part of parent company Foot Locker's business reorganization, 125 underperforming Champs stores locations will close before the end of 2023, representing a quarter of their total locations. Number 7. Bye Bye Baby has to close all 122 of their stores. As part of Bed Bath & Beyond's bankruptcy filing, all 122 Bye Bye Baby stores in 37 states will close. Bye Bye Baby liquidation sales will reportedly run through June 30th, 2023, although some stores are reportedly staying open longer as they receive items from other stores. But they could make a comeback, as there's going to be a bidding war for Bye Bye Baby's assets. One bidder in particular says they would want to keep physical stores open. Number 8. Journeys is closing 100 plus stores. Footwear, apparel, and accessory retailers, Journeys will close over 100 stores next year, exceeding their previous closure plans due to a decline in sales and changing consumer demand. The increased store closures aim to save the company up to $40 million and allow Journeys to adapt. Number 9. Christmas Tree Shops is closing all 82 stores. Christmas Tree Shops filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on May 5th, but their financial plan hasn't worked out. Now they're liquidating all 82 stores and shutting the formerly owned by Bed Bath & Beyond brand down for good. Liquidation sales start at 10 to 30% with the biggest discounts on fall Halloween seasonal merch. It's pretty much a done deal. A Christmas Tree Shops executive said on June 30th, 2023, that the store chain is up for sale, and if they're unable to find a buyer by July 5th, they'll liquidate all stores. Number 10. Bath & Body Works is closing 50 mall stores. Bath & Body Works plans to close approximately 50 mall stores in 2023, but they're also working on around 115 real estate projects during the same time period. The projects include opening approximately 90 new stores not located in malls and redesigning 25 White Barn Candle Company stores. The closures are happening in the following states: Alabama, 1 location; Arizona, 2 locations; California, 6 locations; Florida, 1 location; Georgia, 2 locations; Idaho, 1 location; Michigan, 1 location; Minnesota, 2 locations; Missouri, 1 location; Mississippi, 1; New Jersey, 1 location; New York, 7 locations; Ohio, 1 location; Pennsylvania, 2 locations; Texas, 2 locations; Virginia, 1 location; and Washington, 4 locations. Number 11. Harmon has closed all 50 of their stores. Another casualty of the Bed Bath & Beyond bankruptcy is their health and beauty subsidiary, Harmon. All of the remaining 50 stores closed at the end of June 2023 as part of the company's wind down. Number 12. David's Bridal is closing 49 stores by fall. David's Bridal filed for bankruptcy this year and just got a new owner. They're laying off thousands of people and closing 49 stores this summer. No liquidation sales have been announced yet, and there may not be any, but it looks like the company isn't going to die just yet. Number 13, Sioux City has closed all 39 of their stores. Sioux City, a Baltimore-based retailer of footwear, apparel, and accessories, filed for bankruptcy on March 31st, 2023, and closed all 39 of its stores, including ycmc.com, as of May 31st, 2023. Number 14, Party City is closing 31 stores. Party City, the popular party supplies retailer, has been hit hard by the pandemic and supply chain challenges. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and will close 31 total stores in 2023, which is about 3.8% of the total 823 locations. Number 15, Best Buy is closing up to 30 stores. Best Buy plans to close 20 to 30 of their stores in 2023, which is a little higher than their normal pace of 15 to 20 closures per year. And they're going to open 8 smaller concept stores and 10 outlet locations. They haven't announced where and when these openings or closures will occur. Don't expect liquidation sales. Best Buy would likely transfer products to other stores or to be sold via bestbuy.com. Number 16, Boston Market has closed 50 locations. Boston Market is grappling with financial problems, leading to recent closures of 50 more stores this year. Along with legal troubles, in August 2023, New Jersey's Labor Department ordered 27 locations to close temporarily after an investigation found that the chain had owed more than $600,000 in back wages to 314 employees. Those developments are just part of Boston Market's financial problems, bringing the total number of closures this year to about 50. Between 2017 and 2022, the Golden, Colorado-based chain closed 161 stores. Between 2017 and 2022, that company says that they are now only about 250 locations left. Number 17, Walmart is closing 22 stores. It's been reported that Walmart will close 22 stores across 12 states and Washington, D.C. in 2023. Walmart is set to close a mix of supercenters, neighborhood markets, and pickup-only stores. Of course, Walmart isn't in trouble or anything, so they aren't doing any liquidation sales, but they're always doing Walmart clearance. The affected stores are located in Arkansas, 1, Georgia, 2 stores, Florida, 1 store, Hawaii, 1 store, Illinois, 7 stores, Indiana, 1 store, Minnesota, 1 store, New Mexico, 1 store, Oregon, 2 stores, Texas, 1 store, Washington, 1 store, Washington, D.C., 1 store. The decision to close 4 locations in Chicago in April was based on financial losses, while the Portland stores were not meeting financial expectations and reportedly experienced record theft. Number 18, Nordstrom is closing 15 stores. Nordstrom says they're getting out of downtown San Francisco due to crime, and they're closing their flagship store and their Nordstrom Rack location there. They're also closing all 13 of their Canadian stores. Number 19, Lidl. It's closing 11 supermarket locations in 6 states. According to Business Insider, a handful of Lidl locations recently shuttered in 2023 due to underperformance. The German supermarket, often compared to Aldi, closed 2 locations in New Jersey, Burlington, and Howell, 2 locations in North Carolina, Cary and Thomasville, 2 locations in Maryland, Brooklyn Park and Oxon Hill, 2 locations in South Carolina, Florence and North Augusta, 2 locations in Virginia, Charlottesville and Richmond, and 1 location in Pennsylvania, King of Prussia. That is it for the list for the article. So with that being said, some of the retail stores are going out of business, or they're just closing down some of their stores. What is the reason for this? It could be any of the reasons that I said at the beginning of this podcast. It could be any of them. Or these businesses are just not adapting with the times and are falling behind, and newer stores are taking over these older stores. At the end of the day, you have to decide how you spend your money and if these are signs of what's to come. Like I said, you can't rely on the news, you can't rely on the government. You have to make fundamental decisions and watch where you spend your money. The government isn't going to tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you what you need to hear. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. Like they're saying, we are going to have a soft landing. The economy is going to be fine. There's not even going to be a recession. This is what they tell you to keep you calm, to keep you living your daily life, and for you to keep spending your money. People that are financially educated, people that deal with money, people that are on Wall Street, they know exactly what's going on. And while the news, media, government tells you everything's okay, or it tells you buy stocks before they skyrocket and you miss your opportunity to make money, they tell you that FOMO, fear of missing out. Meanwhile, people putting money into the market that think the market is going to go up, people that actually know how the market works and know about the economy and what's going on, they are getting their money out while the average person is putting money in. So when bad economic times happens or recession happens, stocks would drop, and those people that put money in because they were told by the media or government to put money in because of FOMO, those people will lose money. Meanwhile, everyone else that knows what's really going on about the economy and finances, they are saved because they took out their money already. Meanwhile, everyone else did the opposite. And that's how it truly works. But nobody can predict the future, whether we will have good times economically or we will have bad times economically. But there are always signs around you that tells you what's to come. So with these stores closing, is it a sign to what's to come, or it's just stores closing? That is a decision you have to make, and only time will tell what happens. That's going to be it for this podcast. As always, I appreciate you guys for listening. And thank you, Patron member Blade262, for being a Patron member and supporting the podcast. If you'd like to be a Patron member, the link is in the description below. As always, take care, be safe, and make sure you're using your head to make smart financial decisions. Thank you guys again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Change Your Mindset podcast. Be sure to tune in every week for a new episode. As always, change your mindset to change your life.